Hello there, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? So, today I'm going to pick up a series of videos I haven't done for absolutely ages, and it's the stadiums video. The series of stadia that appear in each league in each year. So I haven't done La Liga. I have already done quite a few leagues, but I was doing them last summer. So I did the Premier League, MLS, Serie A, Bundesliga, Eredivisie in the Netherlands, Swedish Allsvenskan, and the Russian Premier, and the Scottish Premier League as well. And I totally forgot about the series altogether. I was very keen when I started doing the series, and I was making them on PowerPoint slides to make them nice and big, but I'm too lazy and I can't be bothered. So I hope you still like this format. I was going to use my other larger tablet, but unfortunately it doesn't have dark mode on Wikipedia, and so it fills the screen with this bright white light. And if I put filters on it, then it'll sort of sour the pictures of the stadia that we want to look at. So I'm going to do it on my little phone. Apologies, I couldn't find a way around it with my laziness intact. Okay, so these are the stadia for La Liga in Spain in the season 2023-2024. Got quite a few to get on with, 20 I believe. And we will take a look at them now. Oops, no, not those. Stadiums locations. Okay. Starting in alphabetical order, we got Alaves Stadium, the Mendizorroza, which has a capacity of 19,840, and we'll work our way all the way down to the final stadium, which is Villarreal's Estadio de la Cerámica. Okay, you ready? Let's learn about the stadia in Spain for this season. So, the Mendizorroza Stadium, I think is pronounced. I'm not fluent in Basque, you might be surprised. Is a football stadium, Vitoria-Gasteiz in Spain. And it's currently the third oldest football stadium in the Spanish professional football, behind El Molinón and La Mestalla. Let's try and check out some pictures then, shall we? So that's a nice picture of the outside of it. There are some good quality ones for this one. There aren't, I've checked ahead of doing the video, there's not very good ones for Balaídos in Celta Vigo, for example, but most of them have already pretty good pictures, so it's a really nice one from the corner, looking out. Quite a nice, compact stadium. You can zoom in a bit as well. We can see it is a full-seated stadium. What's the comments say? Estadio de Mendizorroza on the 19th of December 2021, and before the female Premier League game between Deportivo Alaves and Levante. There's another nice one. You can see the scoreboard there, and the stand there, the main stand. So it's a little bit undercover as well. I think they were changing something there. Cool, okay, so that is the first stadium, the Mendizorroza. Next is Almería, whose Power Horse Stadium has a 15,000 capacity. It says it's a multi-purpose stadium in Almería, Spain, home ground of UD Almería, Unión Deportiva Almería, and holds 17,400 people. Inaugurated in 2004, originally built for the Mediterranean Games in 2005, and it cost around 21 million. Let's take a look at it. I quite like this stadium actually. It's quite an attractive one. This one says Pau Stadium after a match in 2023. And this is the thing saying that it's for the Mediterranean Games. It says Estadio de los Juegos Mediterráneos. Don't know what that, it looks like a lump of poo. I don't know what it's meant to represent. I do like the two columns. It's for, it's got the rights, the naming rights by Power Horse. And yeah, I really like the inside. It's got this gap there. It reminds me of one of the sort of stadiums that you get in FIFA that no one actually owns. If you know which one I'm talking about, put it in the comment section. I can't remember which one it is. Estadio de las Artes or something like that. And then there's another one here. Yeah, so this here is just like a blank space. Seeing through to the outside. You'll see it better in the next couple of photos. Yeah, there we are. So it actually is like, if it's windy then it's going to be a bit problematic actually. And then it's got the two columns. Yeah, I like it, it's nice. Later Wikipedia closes the bit every time. On to my absolute favourite, one of the ones I've been to. I've been to a couple on this list. I haven't had the pleasure of being inside El Catedral, or La Catedral San Mamés, the cathedral they call it. But Athletic Bilbao are my club in Spain. The stadium is a whopping 53,289 and they fill it, let me promise you that. Created in 2000 to replace the old one, which was also called San Mamés, I think. And it's known as the Nuevo San Mamés, yeah, the new San Mamés, or San Mamés Barria, another Basque named stadium. All-sit football stadium in Rafael Moreno, Pichichicalea, Bilbao, Basque Country, Spain. Inaugurated on 16th of September 2013. The stadium replaced the old San Mamés with a capacity of 53,000 seats. San Mamés, the 7th largest stadium in Spain and the largest in the Basque Country. Let's have a look at it. It is beautiful. Well, not this particular picture because this is the construction site. This is it being built. This is the inside, but it's not finished. Oh, I thought for a second they didn't have finished photos then. When I visited Bilbao, I walked around the entire outside, and it is just ginormous. Absolutely beautiful stadium. You can see they're packed to the rafters. Lovely roof. Reminds me a little bit of the roof in, where would that be? Seattle Sounders roof. Oh, yeah, I think Seattle Sounders in the MLS Canadian club. Look at that. So I walked around the outside just falling in love with it. What a work of art. Similar the outside to a little bit to the Bay Arena actually. And does it light up as well? I think it might light up. There on the riverfront. And it's really in the centre of the city as well, yeah. So my hotel was there and you just basically walk down to it. It's really close. It's on the same river that the Guggenheim is on as well. So it's really a heart of the city. Kind of like Newcastle Stadium is right in the heart of the city. Okay, that's Athletic Bilbao. On to another stunning stadium. Obviously Spain have got the World Cup coming up and they've got a lot of the stadia sorted already. On to now Madrid's first of four, and it's Atletico Madrid's, well, in Spanish you'd pronounce it Cívitas Metropolitano, but I think Cívitas is actually like a medical company, so I think it's Latin, so Civitas, or Civitas, 70,460. It used to be called the Wanda Metropolitano, I think, at one point, for naming rights. Let's have a little look at it. It's a stadium in Madrid, inaugurated in 2017-2018 season. It was a part of Madrid's unsuccessful bid to host the 97 World Athletics Championships and an unsuccessful bid for the 2016 Olympics. Interesting. when it hosted the Champions League final in 2019. Pictures, please. It is massive. Muy grande. This lovely roof as well that lights up. That's it from outside. There's the local metro station. You got the gaffer in the middle there. I can't see him. That's the beginning of it. You'll see where that comes in a second when you look at it from this angle. So that's that bit there. So it is absolutely huge. Look at the roof fitting onto it. And then that's the view from inside. Huge stadium with a big roof. That's the last photo. We'll go back to the first one because I think it's the nicest one. Yeah, that's lovely. Very large stadium indeed. But at 70,000, I think it's still only about the 4th largest in Spain or something like that. I can't see it. If you know, then stick it in the comment section for me. Okay, next up, Barcelona, so it doesn't get any smaller. At the minute, however, because they're having the Camp Nou redeveloped, they're actually playing in a different stadium. They're playing in Espanyol's stadium, the Estadio Olímpic Lluís Companys, which only has 49,000. I have been to this stadium. I actually took a school trip there once. It's at the top of Montjuïc, and the view from the top there is absolutely sensational. But yeah, like I say, it's not actually the normal stadium. That is not... Actually, Espanyol have moved now. They don't use that stadium anymore, do they? But it was made for the Olympics. Is that the only picture they've got? No, okay. Yeah, it's getting on a bit, actually, that stadium now. Because he's got the running track there as well. I prefer Espanyol's new stadium, actually, to this one. I think that was the Olympic Flames. It was in the Olympic Park. And you've got, like, different ways of getting up the mountain, Montjuïc, one of which is by escalators. There are escalators going up the side of the mountain, which is quite fun. Okay, next up is Cádiz and their Nuevo Mirandilla stadium of 20,000, which all of a sudden sounds tiny compared to the other stadia in this list. Which is in Cádiz and inaugurated on the 3rd of September 1955, then named the Estadio Ramón de Carranza. It's been rebuilt twice, completely, with a capacity of 25,000 seats. Is just the 24th largest stadium in Spain and the 5th largest in the region of Andalusia. So it reminds me of some of the stadia you'll see in South America, particularly in places like Brazil, Argentina, Chile, with these high-backed stadiums. Smaller version of La Mestalla, I suppose, for Valencia, which we'll see in a bit. But yeah, sort of quite high, doesn't go far back, very close to the pitch. Very difficult for away fans. I think that's the only picture we'll see of that, unfortunately. Okay, next up. Celta Vigo. This one only has one picture as well. So the Abanca Balaídos, 29,000. And it's an all-seater stadium in Vigo, Spain. Owned by the council, opened in 1928 for 24,791 spectators. Where's the picture gone? But by the looks of it, it hosted some of the World Cup games in the World Cup in 1982 in Spain. 2 of Italy's games. Oh, 3 of them also. 3 draws for Italy against Poland, Peru and Cameroon, don't think it was a very good tournament for them, was it? Okay, let's see if I can find a picture. Oops. Yeah, there we go. It says the outside, and it doesn't give me anything else, actually. Oh, sorry, that's a bit rubbish. Apologies. Okay, next up is Getafe, and, oh no, sorry, go back. That's the wrong tab. Next up is Getafe in the Coliseum, 16,500. This is more of a classic open air stadium with again there are lots of similar stadia to this in places like I've seen them in Chile, in Brazil, in Argentina, similar to South American ones. Yeah, with the high backs but no roof. It was built in 1998 and after several extensions has a capacity of 17,393, but only gets an average attendance of 10,000, which is 62%. Keep moving then. So next up is Girona, who are having a wonderful season. One of the reasons why we're all a bit shocked by that is that the stadium is tiny, 13,400. Montilivi is the name of said stadium. Let's have a little look at that in Catalonia. Mostly used for football matches. Home ground of Girona, built and opened in 1970. Montilivi has a capacity of 14,624. You can see like lots of little bits added on. It's absolutely packed though, isn't it? Seeing some wonderful football this season. It's got the main stand over there, and then this at one point would have been, I think that's been extra, added on extra. This stadium is slightly, this side of the stadium is very different. Oh, there, okay. So it sort of sweeps around, but then they've added a roof to that section. Yeah, it's a little bit higgledy-piggledy, but that adds to its charm, doesn't it? Very nice. Okay, after Girona we're going to Granada, so Nuevo Los Cármenes, 19,189 in this particular stadium. Multi-use stadium in Granada, currently used for football matches, 19,336, built in 1995 to be the home club of Granada. Home stadium of Granada. So yeah, it's a similar sort of stadium to Girona in the fact that it's got some different sides, different shapes. It's a bit taller though, isn't it? There. And it's got the roof on that side. No roof seemingly on this side though. Again, not too many pictures of that one. Okay, next up is Las Palmas. So we're going to Gran Canaria in the Canary Islands, 31,250. Football stadium in Las Palmas, Canary Islands, used for UD Las Palmas, opened in 2003, successor of the old Estadio Insular. And they are called the Canaries for the Canary Islands, so it's the yellow theme. So it's got one stand with a roof there, tiny bit of a stand at that end, and then this high backing. Reminds me of a lot of stadia in South America, again. tiered system, but quite low, and the end at the top here would be quite far away from the pitch as well. Except for that main stand, which is a bit taller. It's a good amount of spectators for a relative, well, I don't want to say small club, but you know what I mean. Okay, next up, Mallorca. So going to the other set of islands, going to the Balearic Islands this time. To Mallorca son, I don't speak Catalan or Mallorquin, Mallorca son Moix, 23,142. It's in the Palma de Mallorca Balearic Islands, so it's the home ground of Mallorca RCD, Real Club Deportivo Mallorca. 26th largest in Spain. Since the 2020 COVID pandemic, it was known as Visit Mallorca Stadium, having been renamed in a partnership with the Consell de Mallorca to help resume tourist activities on the island and its main resource. How bizarre, can you imagine if you were sat right up there? I can't. Oh my god, I think I'd have food to go. If I was right up in that seat there with nothing there, gosh. That's so high. Yeah, it's like in miles up. Not as high up as in places in Real Madrid and Barcelona and Mestalla, but... Okay, so it's got like a ring around it, but then this tall bit up there, but no roof. Oh no, it does have a roof actually. It has a roof since that picture, that's what the roof is there. Interesting. Okay. Next, it is Osasuna. So off to Pamplona in Navarra. El Sadar, and the stadium holds 23,576. And it's the Estadio Reino de Navarra, or that it used to be between 2005 and 2011, and it holds 23,516 people, built in 1967, is the home of Osasuna. So again, high back on this side, but smaller, so it's not the same all the way around. I think those, oh no. Oh no, they've expanded then, or is that just the one side of the stadium? It's got quite a lot in there now. Seems they've either expanded, or maybe that's a high end and then this one's smaller. I don't know, that picture doesn't seem to coincide with that one, does it? What's this saying? Oh, it's in Basque. Osasuna Football, Taldearen Football, Celaya Football Partido, Bat Baino Lehen. Kaixo. That's the only thing I can say in Basque. Where are we? And next up is Rayo Vallecano, so back to Madrid. El Campo de Fútbol de Vallecas, 14,708. It was previously known as Estadio Teresa Rivero, and it's in the district of Puente de Vallecas. The stadium holds 14,708 spectators and was opened on the 10th of May 1976. Yeah, I remember it being like a relatively small stadium. You can see there's just a small part there with the trees behind, but a larger grandstand on that side. That's it from the outside, so it's got the caps on the side there, quite typical of the region, and the high grandstand there with no in it. Porque sin ti la vida no sería igual. Because without you life wouldn't be igual, like equal but worth anything, I think it's trying to say. the metro station. Then we got Real Betis. So you've got some really nice stadia coming up to finish, actually. Apart from La Cerámica, which is the smallest, all these are now really big ones. So Real Betis first in Seville, one of the two Seville teams, Benito Villamarín, and this one is 60,721. There is the National Stadium, which is also in Seville, but that one is one of the largest stadiums in Spain, and no club uses it. It's only used for national team. So it's a stadium in Seville, Real Betis, completed in 1929, capacity of 60,720. Heliopolis, yeah, that green of the green and white of their shirts. Again, like I was talking about earlier, on very high sides, close to the pitch, very noisy. I'd love to go to the two Seville stadiums because they are both fantastic. Lower grandstand on that end, but look at that, full to the brim. 3 layers of seats. Very passionate about their football in Seville. And we'll be returning to Seville in just a moment, but first let's pop over to the relatively small stadium of Santiago Bernabéu. I've been to it several times, 83,186. When I was a Spanish teacher, I used to do school trips to the Santiago Bernabéu and take the kids in there and look around the museum inside. Apparently it's the most visited museum in Madrid, which is horrific when you think that El Prado is around the corner, and I think there may be a Picasso in there, but yeah, more people go to the museum in Madrid Stadium. Okay, so it's a football stadium in Spain, capacity of 85,000, second largest seating capacity for a football stadium in Spain, open since 1947. It's also called the Nuevo Mirandilla, and they've just refitted it with a roof. I haven't been back since they put the outer sort of shell on it. I just visited when it was yeah, so that's what it looked like on the outside. You pop up from the metro station, then you walk across, and there's like a shopping centre attached to it as well. And when you do the tour, you come out, you go through the dressing rooms, and there's a picture of me sat on Bale's seat because he was there at the time, and then you can sit on the actual bench as well and have your photo taken. It's very, very cool. It's absolutely massive, humongous stadium. Yo creo, y creo el mito, I believe, and I believe the myth. Look at that. It's the final between Bayern and Inter, I think. I can't see the year. And that's the new retrofit on the outside. Wow. That beats. Let's have a look. That looks a bit old and dirty, doesn't it? There's a charm about it though. Whereas that? It's very funky. It must be really difficult to do, just to retrofit a stadium, not knock it down, I think, just put a new outside and roof on it. Very original way of dealing with the situation. Okay, so we go from Madrid to the Basque Country again, to San Sebastián, to Reale Arena. Never seen written like that. 39,500. I love the stadium. I think the Anoeta, the Estadio de Anoeta, currently known as Reale Arena for sponsorship purposes. Inaugurated in 1993, but I think it's had quite a lot of upgrades since then. It is gorgeous. Rugby match taking place now. gorgeous, look at that. Lovely stadium, one of my favourites. I shouldn't say that's a Bilbao fan, should I? Sorry. Creeping towards the end then, let's go back to Seville, to the Ramón Sánchez-Pizjuán, 43,883. And it is a football club in Seville, home of Sevilla Football Club, named after the club's former president. And here it is, absolutely massive. Again, very tall sides, high up in the air, to make everyone close to the pitch. Die-hard fans, extremely good support. But yeah, it's this concept of being up in Spain rather than away from the pitch that it makes it so special. Very loud. Oops, that's done. Okay, and that takes us on to the last two. Valencia, La Mestalla, 49,430. Estadio de Mestalla in Valencia is a football stadium in Valencia, Spain. Capacity of 49,430, making the 8th largest in Spain and the largest in the Valencian community. Very imposing from the outside there. This I'm on about. These just like right up in the gods. And I'm very scared of heights as well, so is that the only picture of it? Is it there anymore? Doesn't seem so. It's worth checking out though, it's a gorgeous stadium. And that takes us on to our last one, which would be Real, Estadio de la Cerámica, 23,008. And it is formally and informally called El Madrigal. Used in 1923, home of Reale of La Liga, the highest football league in Spain. Campo de Madrigal. Yeah, it's a really nice stadium for what it is realistically a tiny town. They just attract this massive crowd when actually the place that the stadium is in has got a really low population. If I'm remembering it rightly, maybe I'm not. Tell me off in the comments section if I'm making that up. Yeah, that's absolutely lovely, isn't it? Again, sort of is that just, are there people up there? I don't think so. Oh, I don't think there are actually. Wow, we'd be really high up from the pitch, wouldn't you? There we go. That, as promised about 9 months ago, here are all the stadiums from La Liga in the season 2023-2024. If you want me to do a different league, then why don't you drop me a comment and let me know. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if this is the first time you found yourself on my channel. Also check out all the old videos. I'll put a link to one down the bottom here in a second. And lastly, if you love what I do and you're a regular on this channel, then consider taking the next step and supporting me on Patreon, and info in the box about that below with extra videos every month. Okay, thanks so much for watching everyone, I really enjoyed doing this. Muchísimas gracias, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.